Hello and welcome to Back to Life number 11. It's always good to have you here with me. Right, so today we are going to use a ball. So this ball is going to become bigger as we go. So just try to have one that is quite squishy and quite deflated like so. Right, if you are dealing with any kind of injury, I would ask you to take care of yourself as usual. And if you have any question, I will be delighted to answer them. So get in touch through emails or in the comment or on social media. Right, let's get started. So this ball is going to go under your head, under the round of your head. So we don't want to have it under the neck, but just under your head. Feet and knees hip width apart. Spine in a neutral position, pelvis as well. Good, so here we go. You can see that the ball is not really fully under my neck. My neck is free to move. Right, so from there, I don't want to have my chin tucked down or up this way. I want to keep my head in a neutral alignment with my spine. Okay, so we press the arms down. We want those arms to be active, not just resting there. Okay, so as we exhale, we're going to push the ball of the head into the ball. So as you do so, you don't want to lift your shoulders up to your away from the ground. You want to keep the shoulders flat on the ground. So as you exhale to push into the ball, your arms should be slightly lengthening towards your feet. Good, so we want to have a long neck here. So let's do that again. Pelvis is neutral, so you don't want to have your lower back pushing into the ground. Good, so let's start. As you exhale, push into the ball. Long spine, shoulders are going away from your ears, and we inhale to release. And again, exhale, push into that ball, long neck, and inhale to release. And again, exhale to push down into the ball. You don't want your chin to get into your chest, and release. Let's do 3 more. Exhale and push into the ball. Inhale to release. Exhale, push into the ball. So at any point in this exercise, we want the rib cage to lift away from the ground. We want the rib cage to stay in contact with the ground, not the lower back. And 2 more. Exhale and press into the ball. And release. And 1 more time, we press into that ball and we keep the pressure. Right, so from here, keeping the shoulders away from your ears, we're going to rotate the head to the right. Good, inhale, come back. Sorry, exhale to come back. Inhale, rotate to your left. And exhale to come back. Don't lose the pressure on the ball. Keep your shoulders away from your ears, and we rotate to the right. The arms are still actively pressed into the ground, and rotate to your left. Good, and exhale to come back to center. And inhale to your right, hello. And exhale, come back to center. And inhale to your left. And come back to center. And to your right. So here as well, we don't want the shoulders to lift off the floor. We want them to stay down. Exhale to come back to center. Inhale to your left. Exhale to come back to center, and 1 more time on each side. Nice. And center and to your left. Perfect. And let's come back to center. Now, keeping the pressure into the ball, long neck, shoulders away from your ears, we're going to bring the chin down to the chest. So the neck is lengthening at the back. So as we inhale, we bring the chin up to the ceiling. So we don't want to feel any compression at the back of the neck. So we try to keep some sort of length in the movement. So if I just let my neck go like this, it's going to be very hard for me to speak. So you can just test yourself and check whether you still can speak without any difficulties as you are moving your head up. As you inhale and exhale, bring that chin down, long neck, and inhale, chin up. The arms are still actively pressed into the floor. The spine, the pelvis are in a neutral position. Good, and let's do 2 more. No gripping into your hip flexors. Inhale and exhale, chin to your chest. And 1 more time up. Great. And let's come back to neutral. Fantastic. Okay, so now, if you have your ball as flat as mine, we are going to put some more air into that ball. So I have my little straw here, very handy little straw. So I am not going to put a lot of air, just a bit more. So it's still squishy, but it's a bit bigger. Perfect. So we are going to put that ball right in between the shoulder blades. Okay, so not under your lower back, not right under your neck, but in between the shoulder blades. Okay, and we lie down on our backs with the feet and knees, hip width apart. Okay, so you find your comfortable position. So if you look at where the ball is, it's in between my shoulder blades, but not all the way down to my rib cage. Yeah, perfect. So both hands interlace behind the round of your neck, elbows in your peripheral vision. Here, we're going to extend the back over the ball. So we don't want to have the pelvis rocking this way as we move the upper body. We want the pelvis to stay very still and stable, right? So we're going to move from the waist to above. Okay, let's do that. Shoulders away from your ears, soft and relaxed. The head is resting into your hands, so you don't want to let your head drop like so. Good, and we inhale, we lengthen that spine over the ball. We should be able to speak without any difficulties, and we exhale, belly button going in. We don't want to rock the pelvis up, and we come up, no tension in the neck, and we don't want to pull the neck like so. And inhale, extend, and exhale. Belly button going in, waist getting smaller, and inhale, long spine, lengthening from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Watch the shoulders, elbows are still in your peripheral vision, and we exhale, and we come back up. Good, let's do 2 more, and inhale, long spine, and exhale. So as you come up, you want to close your rib cage to your midline, leaving the pelvis very still and stable. 1 more time, we inhale, shoulders are away from your ears, and we exhale, we come back up. Perfect. Staying in the same setup and position, we're going to go into our around the world. So as we are curled here, we're going to rotate the chest, the upper body to the right, circle to the back, so we go into an extension over the ball, rotate the chest to the left and lift the chest up. And again, rotation to the right. We want to keep the spine long, going towards the back, into an extension and rolling the chest to the left and coming all the way up. 1 more time, to the right. Pelvis is not moving, the legs are active. Good, big circle to your left and bringing that chest up. Good, and now let's reverse it. So we go to the left, we extend the spine over that ball, and we circle over to the right, We exhale and we come back up. And again, to your left, over the ball, into an extension, and to your right, and coming back up. Good, and one more time, guys. And great. To your right, nice, right, and we come up to center. Perfect. Now we're going to get into the lower part of the body. I believe that this is going to be perfect for it. So we keep the ball as it is. We lie on our back. We lift the pelvis up. And you want to put the ball right under your sacrum. So you don't want the fleshy part of your bum to rest on the ball. So the fleshy part is off the ball. So that ball is kind of around that region. So not under your lower back, but kind of where your sacrum is here. Okay, let's do that. Here we go. Good, so we want to press the arms down and we're going to get into our pelvic curls. So you don't want to just rest on the ball here. So there is some sort of control from your abdominals. The legs are not opening out. They are engaged in your inner thighs. It's not like a full-on engagement of the inner thighs, but it's just keeping a control and activate the muscles. Okay. Right, so as you exhale, you bring your hip bones to your belly button. So the pelvis is rolling forward and up, so the pubic bone is going up to the ceiling. As you exhale and you inhale, you release. So the tailbone is going down to the floor without feeling any compression in the lower back. Good, and exhale, hip bones to the belly button. Sending the tailbone up to the ceiling. So we're shortening the space between your hips and your lower ribs. So the abdominals are going in. The front of the thighs is lengthening. The feet are pushing into the ground, especially the big toes. You don't want your legs to open out. And as you inhale, we release and we send the tailbone down to the floor. So we're going into a short little extension. The arms are pressing down and exhale. Hip bones to the belly button. Rib cage is going down to the ground. And inhale, send the tailbone away. Good, let's do that 2 more times. And exhale. Hip bones to the belly button. And inhale. Tailbone down towards the floor, and let's bring the hip bones to the belly button 1 more time and keep the little curve. Now from here, lift your right knee up. So the tailbone is lifting even higher to the ceiling. So you don't want your pelvis to lift off the ball. The pelvis is still in contact with the ball. Good. Bring the right leg back. We're still having that little tuck in the pelvis. Bring the left leg up and come back and release the pelvis, tailbone going down to the floor. And again, exhale, hip bones to the belly button. Pull that belly button in. Right leg up to tabletop and back to the ground. Don't lose the connection of your hip bones to your belly button. Left leg up, coming back down and release the pelvis. And again, exhale, curl that tailbone. Yes. Right leg up to tabletop and back. Left leg up to tabletop and back. Good. And release that pelvis. Good. 1 more time, hip bones to the belly button. We bring the right leg up. We bring the left leg up. Right leg down and left leg down. And release the pelvis. And again, hip bones to the belly button. Left leg up. Right leg up. So we keep the curve into the lower back. Left leg down. And right leg down. And release the pelvis. And again, hip bones to the belly button. Right leg up, left leg up, right leg down, and left leg down, and releasing the pelvis. So when I say release the pelvis, the hip bones go away from your belly button. And make sure that you're not feeling any compression in your lower back. Allez, one more time. And exhale, hip bones to the belly button, right leg up, and left leg up, and we keep everything as it is. Squeeze your legs together. So you want to keep the connection of your hip bones to your belly button. So my lower back is into a little flexion, a little curl. Right, so from there, I'm not going to move my pelvis and my legs. As I inhale, I bring my right arm overhead and I bring it back. Good. Inhale, left arm overhead. We want to have a long and strong arm here. It's not a floppy arm lifting up. And lengthen. And bring that right arm overhead as you inhale. Bring the arm back as you exhale. And inhale. Left arm overhead. And exhale, bring it back down. So as you're moving your arms up, you want to feel your abdominals working and you want to feel your back muscles working. And inhale, arm overhead, right arm that is. And exhale, come back. And inhale, left arm overhead. And exhale, bring the arm back. Great, legs are staying where they are. And we are going to combine legs and arms. So separate your knees to hip width apart. Hip width apart being where your thigh bones get inside your hip joint. Not the outside of the thighs, but exactly where your thigh bones get into your hips. Great. So as we inhale, we bring the right arm overhead and the left toes are touching down. And exhale, bring everything back. Other side, inhale, left arm overhead, right toes touching the ground. So as you're doing so, you don't want your rib cage to arch, okay? The rib cage is still down into the floor, the spine is into flexion. And exhale, bring everything back. Good, inhale, right arm, left leg. And exhale, come back. And inhale, left arm, right leg. And exhale, come back. And let's do one more on each side. Right arm, left leg. And come back. And left arm, right leg. And come back. Perfect. Legs stay where they are. Both arms up to the ceiling. We're getting into a little challenge now. Okay, so as you bring your right arm overhead, you extend your left leg away. Keep those abdominals working. Keep a little curl into your lower back. It's the only way for you to stay stable. And exhale, bring everything back. And inhale, left arm, right leg. Long leg away, long arm away. Full of power. And exhale to come back. Right arm, left leg. Long limbs reaching away from you. Toes are reaching away from you. Fingers are reaching away from you. And exhale to come back. And inhale. Left arm, right leg. And exhale to come back. Keep that connection of your hip bones to your belly button. The abdominals are working hard here to keep you stable. Right arm, left leg. And exhale to come back. And left arm, right leg. And exhale to come back. Shall we do one more? Allez, let's do one more. Right arm, left leg. And exhale to come back. Left arm, right leg. And exhale to come back. Very good. Feet down, arms down, and roll away. Good, so this time, as we are going to get into our back extension, we are going to put some more air in the ball and get it completely full. Right. Here we go. Okay, so from there I am going to lie on my front. The ball is going to be at the top of my mat. And from there, I am going to have my left hand pressing on the ball. My left arm is long. It's not a floppy arm, it's a long and active arm. Good, so from here I'm going to place my right hand over the left. My legs are hip width apart. Remember what I told you earlier about hip width apart? It's not the outside of the legs, but where your thigh bone gets inside your hip joint. Okay, so your head is in between your arms, shoulders are away from your ears, and the belly button is sucked in and not touching the floor. So if you look at the video, if my belly button is on the floor, so you can see that my tummy is on the floor, and if I suck my belly button in, you can see that there is a little space under my waist. All right, so from here, as we inhale, we press into the ball, we start to pull the shoulders away from the ears, and we lift the chest up. So you don't want to lift that chest up until you feel compression in the lower back. So you are with your body. So please be aware of if you feel that compression in your lower back. You don't want to feel that. Good, so the arms are very active. The shoulder blades are pulled back. And as we exhale, we bring everything back. The legs are very active as well. And inhale, lift that chest up, press on that ball, shoulders away from your ears. No compression in the lower back. So if you happen to feel compression in your lower back, you're either trying to go too high with your chest, or you are not pulling your belly button in, meaning that you are not using your abdominals, or both of them all together. So play with it and find your swan. This is the swan. And we roll forward. And one more time. Inhale. Lift that chest up. Good. We're going to stay up and we're going to switch the arms. So the right hand goes on the ball. The left hand goes on top of the right hand. And we roll back and we're going to do 3 more like so. Good. Inhale. Press on the ball and lift. And exhale. Roll the ball away. And inhale, lift that chest up into the swan. And exhale to roll back 1 more time. And inhale, lift that chest up. Belly button is off the floor. Good. There is another switch of the arm. So we're going to place the left arm, the left hand on the ball and the right hand above the left hand, and we roll that ball back. Great, so here we're going to play a little bit. Okay, we keep those arms very long and active, shoulders away from your ears. Right, from here, same thing. We're going to inhale, lift that chest up. Once we are up, we're going to lift the right arm and the left leg off. Now from there, we're going to bring that right arm all the way down to your hip. The left leg is reaching away from you. The belly button is still off the floor. We bring that right arm back over the left hand and we bring everything back to the starting position. And again, inhale, lift. Find your balance, find your height. Be aware of what's going on in your body. Lift the right arm and the left leg. Bring that right arm all the way down to your hip. So that right arm is very active, guys. Okay, it's reaching away from you. Good, and let's bring everything back down. 1 more time. And inhale, push into the ball. Lift that chest, the breastbone is shining forward. Lengthen and lift the right arm and the left leg. And bring your right arm all the way down to your hip. Shoulders are away from your ears. Bring that right arm back. Press on the ball and let's go back down. Perfect. Switch the hands, so left hand on top of your right hand, and let's do that one more time on the left side this time. Good. Inhale, lift that chest up, find your height, lengthen and lift the left arm and the right leg, and bring your left arm down to your hip. Bring the left arm back, place it on the right arm, and bring everything back down. And again, inhale, lengthen and lift. Left arm, right leg, reaching away from you. Bring that left arm down to your hip. Bring the left arm back. And let's bring everything back to the starting point. Last one. And leave that chest off the floor. Shoulders away from your ears, belly button in. Lengthen and lift left arm, right leg. And bring your left arm down to your hip. Try not to lose your height. Bring the left arm back and let's rest everything back down on the ground. Good. So from here, place your hands under your shoulders and we're going to lift the chest off the floor and bring the pelvis to the heels into backrest or child's pose. So here I like to keep my child's pose active. I don't just like to just drop on my thighs like so. I like to pull my belly button off my thighs, push my rib cage away from my thighs, and push the floor away with my arms. So that I feel a nice stretch in my spine and in my lower back. Great. Now it's time for my all-time favorite. As you know, if you have been doing my classes, so wrists onto your all fours, wrists under the shoulders, knees under your pelvis, feet and knees are hip width apart, and your hands are slightly wider than your shoulders. Curl the toes under. Good, and let's push that pelvis into a downward dog. So your arms are pushing the floor away, the shoulders are away from your ears. If you need to bend your knees here, do that. That's absolutely fine. But I would like you to feel a great stretch at the back of your leg. So send your tailbone and your sit bones away from the ground and lift them up to the ceiling. Once you find this, push your heels down to the ground. Good, let's roll the shoulders over the wrists and bring your knees back down. Allez, 2 more times. Good, push yourself up. Bend knees or straight legs, up to you. Push your heels down. Send the sit bones and the tailbone up to the sky. So what you want your legs and your arms to do is to push your pelvis away from the floor. Good, roll the shoulders over your wrists and bring your knees back down. Allez, 1 more time. And again, push that pelvis up. Good, push your heels down. Long legs, long spine, push the chest to your thighs. You don't want to hang in between your shoulders. I can't imagine how hard that would be for you to hold that position, and you want to keep your elbows soft. Very nice. Roll the shoulders over the wrists and bring the knees down. And that's it for us today. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm completely disheveled. That's a sign of a very good class. And remember that if you have any question, you can ask me anything. I was delighted to have you with me today, so I hope you enjoy it and have a great time, a great day, wherever you are in the world and whatever the time it is for you. So I'll see you in the next class.